Hello and welcome to English Story Experience. I'm etetutor, and in this collection of videos we're going to revise by taking a little trip to Dubai. So let's get started. So it's a different type of revision. What we're doing here is using different images as inspiration for the creative writing and the transactional writing tasks. And then there's also some other little bits and pieces along the way that should help with all of your exams for English. If you want to look at the images and see the tasks again, you can find those on the Pinterest board, and I'll pop a link to that in the description box below as well. Okay, so if you grab a pen, be prepared to pause, just have a go at the tasks that are very quick, the minute ones, and then for the longer ones you might want to come back and have another look. Alright then. So let's get going with this different way to revise. Sorry, Pip, interrupting as always. Wasn't very happy about my trip. So, first things first, what we've got here are some of the lovely old penguin books that I spotted at Birmingham Airport. And you can see that they've got quite interesting titles. So, a task for you to have a go at is to write a short story of your own using one of these titles. The Midwich Cuckoos or the Bombard Story. So here you'd be writing some form of narrative, but you'd also need to remember those descriptive writing skills and all the techniques you've learnt. You need to make sure you're including lots of different language devices, thinking carefully about structure, and obviously when you do these creative or imaginative writing pieces, there's a lot of marks available for your spelling, punctuation and grammar for AO6. Regardless of exam board, so make sure if you have a go at writing one of these short stories that you do proofread it as well. So that's one for you if you're struggling with that sort of thing. Okay, so here I am on the plane, my little glass of wine, little nibbles, and I decided to watch the trip to Spain. Not quite Dubai, but the friends I was staying with do spend a lot of time in Spain, so I was thinking of them. And I love the two main actors here, really funny. And what I'd suggest, if you're watching this years before the exam, do watch an episode of this. It will really help you to understand irony and sarcasm because it's full of it. Series 1 is great if you're doing the poetry exam as well, because they're travelling all around northern England and they visit places related to Byron and Shelley and other writers. So that's something to do if it's not the day before the exam. Okay, so my holiday reading was a little bit of Irving Welsh, so I don't know if you've heard of him, but he wrote Trainspotting, really famous movie. Wrote the novel that was made into the really famous movie. Now, it doesn't scream Dubai. I was thinking I might look a bit odd lying on the beach sunning myself with this, but I was staying with a Scottish person, so it kind of worked out. These novels are great for understanding colloquialisms, sociolects, dialect terms, phonetic spelling. So if you have any chance, if you've got time before the exams, would be a good thing to have a little peek at. But be warned, it contains very adult content, all of his novels do. So what I'd say to you, if you're early on in those GCSEs, try and pick a book that you're going to read on your next holiday or your next break from school. And relax. So this is a beautiful little beach. Nice place called Zero Gravity where we were pampered and made a real change from day-to-day life. So what I thought you could have a go at here is just writing a short descriptive piece inspired by this image. So imagine you've got this image on your own mobile phone and you can zoom in and out on particular areas to give that detail, but then you can also look at the bigger picture as well. It's a nice little one. Even if you just did a bit of planning for it, it would help. Now, Jetty Lounge. So this was where my friend who I was staying with was very keen on us to come and have a drink and sit and enjoy the sunset. Sundowners, they kept saying. So here I thought maybe again it would be nice to write a descriptive piece inspired by this image of the palm tree, or to write a descriptive piece about spending time with your friends. And here they are. So, like I've said in some of my other videos, exams are really important, but there are other things that are important. These two girls here sat their GCSEs with me, and we're still extremely close all these years later. So I thought it might be nice for you to reflect on your friendships, especially if you are a teenager doing your exams. So what you could do is just write a few sentences about each of your closest friends, and if they're nice, maybe share them with them. Okay, so now we come to breakfast at the Madinat. So beautiful view, you can see there. And one of the things I noticed about Dubai is that you have to say brekkie and brunch, because in England, if we tend to eat around 11 o'clock, 11:30, we'll say, oh, I'm having some brunch. But in Dubai, brunch is a big event that takes place later on in the day, sitting grazing on food and basically just having a relaxing afternoon. So that was a nice little bit of language fun that I noticed. So what I thought might be a good little short story writing task for you is to write a story that takes place during the course of a meal. All right then. That's given you quite a lot to get started with, so we'll leave it at that for now, but don't forget to check out part 2 of this little collection. Even if you aren't doing the tasks, still have a look, because there might be something different in there that just clicks, just makes you think, or something that you remember and reflect back on when you're faced with that creative or transactional writing task. Alright then, thanks as always for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, especially if you do your GCSEs in 2018 when I'm releasing this video, because there'll be lots of new bits and pieces coming out over the next few days, and it would be amazing if I could get 1,000 subscribers. Alright then, best of luck.